Alright, I'm gonna spare you all the shitty intro and just get right into the meat of the video. Tipping culture is a scam, and people who think they deserve to get paid extra for doing the bare minimum, or even less than the bare minimum, deserve to die. Okay, I'm kidding about that last statement, but all jokes aside, let's just say I have a few issues when it comes to tipping, specifically the way we tip in today's modern climate. And before anyone gets mad, I do want to preface and say that as much as I absolutely hate tip culture, I do believe that there are a lot of jobs out there that do deserve to get tips. And by that, I mean jobs like waiters and waitresses, barbers, nail techs, and stuff like that, right? But why on God's green earth should I tip the cashier at Starbucks for simply taking my order? Or tip at the self-serve kiosk when I did everything myself? Not only that, but like, bro, you're a machine. The only tip you're gonna get is when I tip you the fuck over, okay? Because at the end of the day, I think tips should be something that you earn for going above and beyond, and not just something that we do out of guilt or because it's a cultural norm or whatever. And I know this contradicts everything I just said 10 seconds ago, but even when it comes to jobs where it's normal to give tips, what would you even define as going above and beyond? Like, I know it's all subjective, but why should I tip you for doing an excellent job? Well, that's what you're supposed to do in the first place. Like, if you're applying to work as a server in a restaurant and in the job description, it says you're required to deliver excellent customer service, treat guests with kindness and respect, write down orders correctly, and be able to multitask in a fast-paced work environment, and you agree to all of that when you accept the job, then why should you be getting paid extra for it? Now, don't get me wrong, I always tip when I go out to eat, but I'm not gonna lie to myself and pretend that the service was amazing every single time. In fact, I can't even think of a single time someone actually went above and beyond when serving me, at least in my experience. But aside from all that, am I the only one who wonders why some jobs get tips and others don't? Like, I've worked in retail for about 4 years now, and during these 4 years, I've witnessed, let's just say some pretty awful things. And you'd think we get tips, but no, we don't. I work in customer service, so I pretty much have to multitask every second of every shift, help customers load massive pieces of furniture into their cars, clean up things like vomit, dog shit, and other bodily fluids, deliver top-tier 5-star customer service, and all I get is a pat on the back and a quote-unquote good job. Like, good job, that's it? I'm doing great. I remember this one time some old lady tried to tip me because she told me I was a very respectful and kind young man and that I deserved a little extra something for all my hard work. So to my surprise, she reaches into her purse and pulls out $10. And as soon as she pulled that crisp $10 bill out of her purse, I was about to start violently making out with her. In front of the whole store, mind you. Except my manager at the time, who just so happened to be standing right there, shut the whole thing down. And for anyone who's wondering, I never got that $10. I also never violently made out with her either. Now, before anyone says some bullshit in the comments like, but Sonny, how could you be so insensitive? Some of these people live off their tips because they don't make enough hourly to survive. And if you worked a job where you were getting paid in tips, you'd be telling a whole different story. And the only thing I can really say to that is, yeah, you're absolutely right. Except one, nobody's forcing them to work these jobs, so respectfully, shut the fuck up. And two, instead of calling me or anyone else insensitive for not wanting to tip, why don't you start calling big businesses insensitive for not paying their workers livable wages and then shifting the responsibility onto customers? Which, yeah, I know this isn't happening anytime soon because greed is a hell of a drug. But good lord, I can't be the only one who thinks like this. And don't even get me started on those places that already include the tip on the bill. Without your consent, mind you. Like, dude, 25% included gratuity? How about I remove 25% of your organs? Nah, but all jokes aside though, I just want to end the video off by saying that I'm not mad at the workers because at the end of the day, it's not your guys' fault. And if you do get paid a lot in tips, good for you. But as far as the system goes, let's just say I want to have a little chat. Kidding, but I just think it's gotten to a point where it's too much now. Because back in the good old days, tipping used to be a reward for doing a great job and serving your fellow man. Now it's just something that people feel entitled to, even if their service is dog shit. And I think it's time we stop turning a blind eye to this, even though a lot of you guys probably still will. And to any big corporations watching this, just pay your workers livable wages for the love of God, instead of relying on us to pick up your guys' slack. Because let's be honest, you can probably afford it. And to that sweet old lady who tried to tip me $10, if you're watching this somehow, I still think about you when I go to sleep at night. Because I want you. And I need you. Passionate from miles away, passive with the things you say, passing up on my always, I can't blame you, no.